Hello everyone. Hello everyone. So now I'm going to the next set of problems. It is first one, which is a resistance of 7 ohm is connected in series with a pure inductance of 31.8 millihenry, and a circuit is connected to a 100 volt 50 hertz sinusoidal AC supply. Okay, calculate first one, the circuit current. So I want you to calculate both the RMS value and the maximum value. Second one, phase angle. So after calculating the phase angle phi, you can calculate the power factor as cosine of phase angle. So cos phi is written as power factor. Next one, you have the average power, which is to be written, and this one, the sketching of voltage waveforms and the current waveforms, I'll leave it to you. You have to sketch the voltage waveforms and the current waveforms. It is similar to that of a series RL circuit. So it is a 7 ohm resistance, 31.8 millihenry as a inductance. Next you have 100 volt and 50 hertz. This 100 volt, I again tell you, it is RMS value. So it is nothing but the RMS value, and this is the frequency in hertz. So moving on to the solution to this problem, so you have to calculate the RMS current first. So to calculate the RMS current, IRMS, which is equal to V divided by Z. So V is 100, Z is 12.19 at an angle 55 degree. So let me, yeah, so this is 100 and this is 12.100. Yeah, you can take it 100 at an angle 0 degree, and Z is taken as 12.19 at an angle 55 degree. So how did I get Z as 12.19 and 55 degree? So you can calculate the impedance. Z equals root of R squared plus XL squared. So XL is inductive reactance, so it is 2 pi f into L, and this one is millihenry. So XL can be written as 10 ohm or 9.99, which is being present there. So this is how you can calculate XL, and you can calculate Z as I already told you. So Z is root of R squared plus XL squared. So you can calculate Z as, so root of 7 squared plus 9.99 squared. So Z is mentioned as 12.19 ohm, and phi, which is tan inverse of XL by R. So this is how you can calculate Z and phi. So how you can get Z? So you can generally write Z as a complex notation. So Z is magnitude of Z at an angle phi. Okay, so that's how you can calculate Z. So Z equals magnitude of Z and phi. So magnitude of Z is 12.19 and phi, which is 55 degrees. Okay, so that's how we can calculate. So I can be calculated as 100 divided by 12.19. So only you have to divide this, and you will get 8.203. And if it is going up, so 0 minus 55 degree, so it is left out with 55 degree alone. So that's how you can calculate 8.203 at an angle 55 degree with a negative sign. So that's how you can get the value of the current. So this is nothing but the RMS value of the current. So from the RMS value of the current, if you multiply by root 2, so multiply by root 2, you will get it as IM. IM is nothing but the maximum value of the current, so which is nothing but 11.60 sine of 100 pi t minus 55 degree. Okay, so this is how you can calculate minus 55 degree, which has been present there. You can calculate it like that. So it is I is equal to Im sine omega t minus phi. Angle phi is minus 55 degrees. So this is how, with the sign which is being present there, so you can calculate it like this. So that's how you can get the value of instantaneous current. Small I equals Im sine of 100 pi t minus 55 degree. Okay, so this is how you can calculate I. Next you can calculate Vm as V is equal to Vm sine 100 pi t. So Vm is 11. sorry, so it is Vm, which is nothing but 100 into root 2. So 100 is nothing but the RMS value of 100 into root 2, which is nothing but 141.42 sine of 100 pi t. So which is nothing but the instantaneous voltage. So phase angle, as I already told you, angle phi is 55 degree. If you can comment on it, you can generally go to the current equation, which is minus 55. So that's why it is lagging. So when the circuit elements are R and L, the power factor is said to be lagging. So in case of leading, it is R and C, or the other way. So if you given the circuit elements as R and L, the phase angle is said to be lagging in nature. So power factor, it is nothing but cos phi. You can write it as cos of 55 degree. So again, it is lagging in nature. So you can generally come to certain conclusions based on certain actions there. So this is how we can obtain the solutions to the given problem. So later on, you can find out the power as VI cos phi, or generally you can write it as I squared R also. It is one and the same. You'll get the same answer. So 8.203 into 100 into cos phi, you can get it as 470.44 watts. So VI are said to be the RMS values of the current, and cos phi, which is 0.5735. Okay, that's how we can get the value of power, which is nothing but the average power as 470.44 watt. Moving on to the next problem. Yeah, moving on to the next problem. A 318 microfarad capacitor is connected across a 230 volt 50 hertz system. Calculate the first one, the capacitive reactance, RMS value of the current, next equations of the voltage and the current. So XC, which is nothing but 1 divided by omega C. So XC is nothing but the capacitive reactance you can calculate. Next, you can calculate the RMS value of the current. Next, the equations of the voltage and the current there. Okay, so let me proceed with the solution. The first one, to find out the capacitive reactance, given C as 318 microfarad. So 318 into 10 power minus 6, you can write it as 3.18 into 10 power minus 4. So, or you can directly use this one. So which is 100 pi into 318 into 10 power minus 6, you'll get XC as 10 ohm exactly. So V is equal to IZ for an AC circuit, which is a general formula. I will be equal to V divided by XC. Okay, so V divided by XC, you just use this magnitude itself. XC is 10, and V, which is nothing but the RMS value, is 230 volt. IRMS is said to be 230 by 10, which is 23 amperes. So next one, what we can do is VRMS into root 2, IM is IRMS into root 2. So if you multiply by root 2, this one multiply by root 2 for both, multiply by root 2 for both VRMS and IRMS, you will get VM and IM. Okay, that's how you can calculate both VM and IM, which is the maximum value of voltage and current. So instantaneous voltage is given by V is equal to Vm sin omega t, and it is a C only which has been given as pure capacitive circuit. So this is the circuit, whatever that's there. So the value of phi is said to be pi by 2. So this is the value of the instantaneous current. So small I can be written as Im sine of omega t plus pi by 2. So now this has been given there. So V is equal to Vm sin omega t. Vm is this one. So sine of 100 pi t. So Im is 32.52 sine of 100 pi t plus pi by 2. So this is how we can get the solution. Okay. So moving on to the next one. Yes. So it's a series RC circuit again. So you can refer to the previous video, whatever I have made. A voltage of V is equal to V small v equals 100 sine 314 t is applied to a circuit consisting of 25 ohm resistor and a 100 microfarad capacitor in series. Determine an expression for the value of current and power consumed by the circuit. So this is how the circuit looks like. So a series RC circuit is being present. The small I, which is being present, series RC circuit. So 25 ohm is the value of the resistor and 80 microfarad is the value of the capacitor. So this is the value of the instantaneous voltage which is to be applied. If you compare these equations, you can get it as Vm. You can directly write it as 100 and omega can be directly written as 314 radians per second. So Vm is 100 volt. You can directly write it. And next one, what you can find out is an expression for the value of the current. So Vrms, yes, Vrms is Vm divided by root 2. Im can be calculated by this. So Im can be calculated by Vm by Z. So Vm is 100, Z is 47. So how did I get this 47 is the main thing. So you can see there. So Z can be found out by root of R squared plus XC squared. So root of 625, that is nothing but R, which is nothing but 25 squared, which is 625, and XC squared you can get this value. Z is found to be 47 ohm and XC can be calculated as this one, which is 39.80 ohm. So the value of phi, which is 57.86 degrees, which can be found out, and I, which is nothing but Im sine omega t plus phi. So Im is 2.127 and sine of omega, which is nothing but 314t plus 57.86 degrees. Okay, so that's how we can calculate it. And next one, how we can do is P is equal to Vi cos phi. Okay, so P is equal to Vi cos phi, Vm, which is 100 volt sine of 314t. Next one, P is equal to Vi cos phi, P is equal to 100 into 1.504 into 0.5319. So which is nothing but P is equal to 80.01 watt. Okay, that's how you can calculate it. And the value of phi can be calculated by tan inverse of Xc by R. So tan inverse of Xc by R. So that's how you can calculate it. So this is tan inverse. So in the brackets, write it as Xc divided by R. So this is the tan inverse equation. This is angle phi. So which is nothing but phi equals tan inverse of Xc by R. Okay, so that's how you can calculate phi angle, which is nothing but 57.86 degrees. Okay, so that's how we can calculate. And moving on to the next one, an inductive coil takes 10 amperes and dissipates 1 kilowatt when connected to a supply of 250 volt. Calculate the inductance of the choke coil. So this is a repeated problem which has been solved in the class. So see to it that you take a note of it again. Yeah, so you have to write the circuit as an inductive coil. Okay, so an inductive coil, generally an inductive coil is nothing but a small value of the resistance with a higher value of the inductance there. So XL can be calculated as omega into L. So you can calculate L as XL divided by omega. So in the problem, it states that it takes a current of 10 amperes and dissipates 1 kilowatt. So 1 kilowatt is nothing but 1000 watts. Sorry, yeah, 1000 watts. Okay, so the 1000 watts is nothing but 1 kilowatt, and this is 10 amperes of current which is been flowing. So IRMS, this is the RMS value of the current which has been there. So this is nothing but 10 amperes and this is nothing but 250 volt, which is VRMS. So VRMS by IRMS will give you Z. So 250 by 10 will get the value of the impedance as 25 ohm. Okay, the value of the impedance can be got by 25 ohm. So moving on to the next one. So the power dissipated is nothing but P is equal to I squared R. So P is 1000, I, which is nothing but 10 squared, which is 100. So you will get the value of the resistance as 10 ohm. So if you know Z and if you know R, you can calculate Z as root of R squared. Yeah, this is R squared plus, yeah, it's an inductive circuit, so it is XL squared. So you can find out XL from this. Yeah, so let me move down. Yeah, you can really find out XL. Yeah, let me use this equation. So root of R squared plus XL squared. XL can be calculated as root of Z squared minus R squared. So root of 625 minus 100. XL will be 22.91. Yeah, this should be ohm. Let me rechange it. So this should be ohm. So XL is 22.91 ohm. So XL is inductive reactance omega into L. So you can find out L as 22.91 divided by 314.15. You will get the inductance as 0.0729 Henry. Okay, that's how you can calculate the inductance. Okay, so if the voltage is 230 volt, you can follow the same procedure. You will get Z as 23 ohm and L as 0.0659 Henry. Okay, so this was the given simple problem, and see to it that you follow certain procedures and finish the given problem. Okay.